G'day, Steel Nation. How you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia. What's going on, West Country? What's that? Let's go! Baby! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
I think the stereotypes that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The
I've
first
only
ever
seen-
Foster I saw was in America. I've never
Well, I
seen one
thought that
here.
was like Australia for beers.
For what? Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Got some breaking news. Bright and early right now, it is 7:40 a.m. and it is freezing in Australia. It's like 8 degrees or like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Just about to go to work, wearing my Steeler McBeam beanie. And yes, we have some breaking news. I'm not going to crash out, as the kids say these days, but I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with it. I don't think it's the right move. I don't think it's the right move for the Steelers to do this. I think really now it's like, it really is Super Bowl or bust at this point. And there's a bit of pressure on Mike Tomlin, and I love Mike Tomlin, but I just don't think it's the right move to go and get A-Rod. But it's official. So I'll get to the chat in a minute. And welcome to the show. We'll do a quick show, about 30, 40-minute show. And then I got to go to work this morning. That's why I'm wearing all my hoodie stuff, man. It is freezing here. It's freezing. So it's official. When I woke up this morning, I got a lot of texts from everyone, from my good mate Grid, from Bubba. I saw him go live. The NFL, here's what's interesting. The NFL is breaking the news too. The NFL is saying, breaking news, Aaron Rodgers has signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers ahead of next week mini camp via Tom, Rap Sheet, and Mike, and Jerry Dulac. All those guys are, reporting the news. But overall, my reaction is I'm just not happy with the decision of it going that direction. But for one thing, I'm fucking happy it's over. I'm finally content now that the whole fucking drama is over. And I don't give a fuck about YouTube policies right now if I'm swearing too many times in a row, because I'm fucking happy that's over. This went on way too long. The Steelers don't need this drama. I would have preferred it to be with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. We don't need this drama of Aaron Rodgers. So I'm happy that that's done. That is completely done, where we're not sitting and waiting and twiddling our thumbs and saying, oh, who's going to be our quarterback? We know it now. Aaron Rodgers, QB1, and Mason Rudolph 2, Will Howard, QB3, which will probably be really good for his development. We'll talk about that. But now we have our quarterback room. So that's what I'm happy about. I'm excited about that. And no, I'm not going to be one of those fans I won't watch because. No, I'll happily watch our team. I just think it's the wrong move. I've been up and down this roller coaster for 4 months. For 4 months, where I was against it, okay with it, happy with it, against it, indecisive, not okay with it, and now I'm back to not okay with it. But I'll have to cheer him on regardless. I cheered on Trubisky, so that's the breaking news. Let's go to your comments. Let's talk about it. Aaron Rodgers signed a 1-year deal to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't know why, what the overall reason why he wants to sign. I don't know why Rodgers wants to sign here. Maybe to resurrect or not resurrect, but leave on a better note than the Jets, because he had a really bad stint with the Jets, right? So, yeah, we've got some super chats we're going to get to as well, and some people in the chat. And I don't, you know what? To be honest, I don't care who was right or wrong. This is just my reaction. I don't give a shit who was right or wrong. Mark, I told you this. Mark, I told you that. Don't care. It's just my reaction. And this is what we do as podcasters and fans. It would be the same way in the bar. If we walk into the bar and you're sitting down there and he said, "Hey, Mark, by the way, Aaron Rodgers just signed," I'd be like, "Really? Why do we get him?" That's my reaction. So g'day, Wes. What's going on? G'day, Jetta. What's up? Thank you, David, for the $2 for the Dublin fund. He says, "Here's some sympathy money, Mark." Laugh out loud. G'day, George T. G'day, who else in the chat? G'day, Darwin. What's up? G'day, Derpy. G'day, Felicia. What's going on? And I apologize. In the mornings, I get really, really funny with all my allergies and stuff like that. So I might need to take a few ray gun resets in this time. G'day, Blue Nose. What's up? G'day, Chloe. It finally happened. That's probably the biggest thing out of this. I'm glad it finally happened. I'm happy that he's actually going to go to camp. He's not going to Egypt. He's going to go to camp. The Steelers can move on and now build their team around A-Rod. Of course, we're going to find out next if they're going to bring some friends of his in terms of his quarterback and I guess leadership, and people want to play with Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what happens. I'm against it, but I can be moved around. If he throws fucking 5 TDs and doesn't get sacked, but I do believe it's not the best move for a guy who's 42. Time for a few Sherpas to celebrate. You're going to be crazy not to get Aaron Rodgers. Look, from an organization standpoint, if they want to go that direction, that's fine. From my personal opinion, and for being on the YouTube channels for 4 years and 20-something years, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of fucking Aaron Rodgers. I'm not. I haven't been a fan of his play for a while, and I haven't been a fan of him as a person. Him throwing, people and coaches under the bus. Haven't been a fan of his style of, I guess, leadership and way how he plays quarterback. I don't think he's a savior. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's like the 1-year bridge guy. He's the guy. He's all Aaron Rodgers is the 2025 quarterback. That's all he is. He's nothing special. I don't think he's going to help us win extra games or maybe have the chance for the playoff. I really don't. And I could be wrong. Don't care. Alrighty. So who else we got in the house? 100% about fucking time. It's 100% about time. Thank you. 100%. See, we're all full of F-bombs today. Ranger Joey says, thank fuck it's over. And I agree with you. It's finally over. All this stuff about will he, won't he? He's, dropping hints, and Mike Tomlin was talking this, and Omar Khan and Aaron and Art Rooney II was talking about this, talking about that. I'm happy it's over. I really am. I'm happy. Even though I'm just waking up. Is this Felicia says denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. While this stage, while we recognize the important understand grief, Mike has to get to acceptance soon. I already accepted him. I got to acceptance, which was like 2 months ago. This won't change me as a fan. I just don't. Honest to goodness, this might be the first time I'm that critical. Out of the 4 years on YouTube, this is the first time I'm that critical of a move, and I'm not wrong. I'm not in the boat. So I don't want people to make me, look like, oh, you're the only one saying this. Nah, there's fucking tons of fans are saying that this isn't the right move. What are their only expectation for this season is to win a playoff game now, or to maybe have a playoff run, and Rodgers has to stay healthy. Let's be honest, this is a guy. It's a guy that's coming off an Achilles injury 2 years ago that won 5 games last year. Yes, he had a lot of TDs and the stats were there, but he didn't play good football. I didn't see really great football, and he's not as mobile as other quarterbacks. If our O-line can't keep him up, he's going to get pressured from our division, from the AFC North, and it could be complications. Other people are saying this to me, and they're not happy with the Aaron Rodgers signing. So I'll still watch him, but I just don't think he's the savior. I think he's the 2025 quarterback, and that's it. And I don't understand from his perspective why would he sign, and from the Steelers one, I guess as an organization, they're like, well, he's the best quarterback on the market. We need him. And if anything, they've now got Mason Rudolph to be the best backup in the league. And if he goes down, which I don't want Aaron Rodgers to go down. I never want people to be injured. But if he does go down, then Mason Rudolph takes over. So they now have their 4 quarterbacks for the league: Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Skylar Thompson. That's 4. They're going to go that direction. It's going to be the revenge tour season where they're saying, oh, he's versing the Packers, he's versing the Bears. It's going to be all about Aaron Rodgers, not just the Steelers. And that's what I don't like, to be honest. If the owner can wait, if the owner and coach can wait and the GM can wait, then of course, okay, the fans can wait, but the fans can still wait and be pissed off. Like, you have to agree, that was pretty fucking shit. Like, that last 4 months was pretty stupid. It was so long of Aaron Rodgers talk pretty much every day. Will he, won't he sign? Yes, he will. No, he won't. Everyone chirping in from media guys here, there, and everywhere. And we didn't know what was going to happen. So it was a long time of speculation and rumor and a long time of will he, won't he? So the fans can wait 100%. We can all wait. We can't control. I've been a big component of like saying to everyone that we don't control the team. The Omar Khan does and Mike Tomlin does. They control the team. All we can do is support, right? But for the first time, I think it's the wrong move. I think it's a wrong move for the direction of the club. I would have rather seen them get another quarterback, sit and play Mason Rudolph and see what happens for the next 2 years. Get a quarterback next year and see what happens with Will Howard too. However, they're going to turn this with the Aaron Rodgers show now, and it's going to be his team, and he's going to be the focal point. And if it goes really great, fantastic. Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan made the best decision they could have ever had in 2025. If it goes really south, though, oh my goodness, Mike Tomlin won't let this down. The fans will go after him. They'll go after Omar Khan, and rightly so, because there should be criticism going one way or the other. I'm happy it's just fucking finally over. I really am. Wes says, I always knew he was signing, so we're just having fun. Well, half the country knew he was signing. I knew he was signing too. I just hoping, and so do I. I want the Steelers to win one too. And I don't care who it is. I want the whole team to win one. Half the country knew he was signing. I think we all thought he was signing to the Steelers, but there was still a chance that there was hope that he couldn't sign or wasn't going to sign. Yeah, I agree with that. The media and the YouTube podcast are the ones that cause all the drama. Steelers and Aaron Rodgers had an agreement. I don't think we overreacted. I think that's wrong. I don't think we overreacted. It's a reaction. I don't think it's an overreaction. It's only an overreaction because you think the other way. You know, if you were on the other side, you would be like you would be in agreement. But I don't think it's an overreaction. It's a talking point that everyone's been having podcasts about. I actually don't feel anything I did wrong or overreacted or whatever. I'm just saying I think it's the wrong decision. So I don't think it's an overreaction. I think it's a reaction, right? A live reaction. That's what it is. Lim says you need to fix your O-line urgently to prick the. I think it's gotten better in terms of Frazier and center. We all know with the O-line's. I'm not here to talk about O-line. The O-line's better than last year. It gets it out really fast. He's a Steeler now. I don't think he does. I don't know, man. I saw him play for the Jets, and I wasn't too impressed with the Jets. And I think he was getting sacked a lot, and his mobility's not there. I just don't obviously what's his word. I don't see what his direction is to be a Steeler. Let's hope he checks in, man. I hope he does the best that he can for us. I just don't think personally it's a great move for the Steelers organization. Yeah, and they're very similar, to be honest. Darwin says, I've never been a fan of Big Ben, but Big Ben won. I hated Ben. I think he's very similar to Aaron Rodgers, where if we would have had Aaron Rodgers when we were younger, back in our 2000s when he was around, right? I think they're a very similar quarterback in terms of like ego. Like Big Ben, if he wasn't on another team, we probably wouldn't have liked him. Because he was our Big Ben, we liked him. So maybe Rodgers can be like that. I just don't think the Steelers are doing the right move in terms of getting an older quarterback who I think is washed. And I've been saying it for years. Like, let's be honest. Like, A-Rod hasn't done too much in the playoffs. I don't think since 2000 and something, 19, 18 with the Packers. Did nothing with the Jets. Tore his Achilles. He hasn't won it. I guess he's won the one Super Bowl against us. He's MVP caliber, but this will rub people the wrong way. It will. It definitely will. And I'll warm around to. I'm not going to give up the fucking Steelers. People going to overreact and think, oh, I'm not going to be a Steelers fan. That's wrong. That's crazy. Alrighty. Who else in the house too? Toddy says, I'm going to have to root for a fraud. Yeah, man, there's people like me too. I'm just against it. Bark at the moon. Who else we got? G'day, Gene. What's going on? Yeah, Jets were a bad team. I understand that. But I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, to be honest. If you're going to tell me, out of all the quarterbacks, I'd still rather ride with Mason Rudolph or someone else than Aaron Rodgers to lead us to victory. And I tell you what, if it comes to the Jets and if we lose that game, and the fault is because of A-Rod, he starts bagging out people and causing more drama, I'm going to say I told you so. What up, Tommy? No QB in that room gets us to Super Bowl in 25. No meaningful change. That's what I'm saying. This is kind of like a stale season, right? I don't think my chair's going down. I don't think it's that big of a move, to be honest. All right, who else in the house? G'day, still go. What's going on? Yeah, he's an old man. That's right. And that's what I'm saying, guys. You people, not you people. Some of you guys in the chat are like, this and this is happening, or Mark, like, you know, it was always going to happen. It's like, there are so many fans that didn't want this to happen. I would much rather go with just Rudolph. But now we have to move on. What up, Jamie? What up, Daniel? And let's hope so. All right, any more people in the chat? I would prefer Joe Flacco, to be honest. I would prefer Joe Flacco. G'day, Edit. What's going on? I understand how you feel, but what other move did they have? I'm sorry, Quang. That's what I'm saying. Like, honest to goodness, I'm separating myself from the organization, and I just don't agree with it. I just don't. I haven't agreed with it for ages, right? The organization, in a sense, yeah, they probably are making the best move with the quarterbacks available. I agree with that. I just don't like the bloke. I simply don't like him. I think he's a loser. I think he's washed. So I just don't know if it's going to be a good thing for us. That's a fair call. I saw that Super Bowl too. I saw that one a few years ago. He was throwing that ball like a shot put and top 5. Yeah. G'day, Kevin. What's going on? Anyways, that's my reaction. Like, you guys can think whatever you want. We're all here. Like I said, we're in a bar setting. I've been talking about it for months and months and months. It won't change my fandom. It's the big, yeah, it was always going to happen. I think what pissed me off the most was just the waiting and waiting about will he, won't he kind of thing, you know? But there are some more things I want to talk about as well in terms of this news. A lot of tweets I want to bring up too. So I hope we don't call him, this is from Tom. He calls him Renegade Ron, Renegade A-Rod. I hope we don't call him that. 4-time NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers informed Steelers he'll fly to Pittsburgh Friday and sign. So that's tomorrow. I guess he's going to sign tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a live tomorrow afternoon after I finish work. Finally, a done deal. For 41, will play his 21st season in the black and gold. I don't know. Look, you guys say he's going to be the savior. He's going to be great. I disagree, but we'll fucking find out what happens, eh? G'day, Nathan. What's going on, mate? In hindsight, what's up? Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm with you. It's almost like, okay, you know what would be funny? It's almost like if I came on here and after all the talk that I said, and I completely changed and said, I love this move. It's a great move. You think I'm fucking bipolar. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to turn around. I hope so. I hope so, mate. I really do hope so. G'day, TD. What's going on? I appreciate the 20 people in the chat, and I appreciate the comment that came in too. I'm very good, man. I'm just chilling. I'm going to work soon in about an hour's time. One of the 5 live. Hope you're doing well. I have to, bro. I have to talk myself into it. I have to. I haven't been. I tell you what. To be very honest, I have not been a fan of him. I think for 5, 6, 7 seasons. I think near the end of his Packers days, I don't think he was that good. I know he won an MVP or something. But look, if he can sling the ball, be a bit mobile, and get the ball out fast, and get the ball to Warren, get the ball to Johnson, and build this team and play with his savviness and his veteran leadership and like former Super Bowl champion and bring back all those qualities of like the Aaron Rodgers, who was probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league many years ago, then fantastic. Let's effing go. But I'm just a bit skeptical of what the Steelers are thinking in terms of this year is just 2025. There's no franchise deal. Maybe they've got to wait for next year. But I've just never been a fan of the person himself, to be honest. Yeah, so I hope I do talk myself into it. Yeah, they're gonna also upgrade as well. They yeah, to the side. They're going to go with receiver 1, tight end 1. They're going to bring some other deals into. They're going to. It's now Aaron Rodgers' watch in terms of what quarterback or what receiver will come. What receiver will come over with Rodgers too. That's probably the next question. But we're going to sit on this for a bit. This is big news for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, been around since 1933. It doesn't change me as a fan. I'm just very critical of this point where I don't see what the point is. Overall, what the point is. Maybe the point is to bring in a caliber quarterback of a veteran leadership who has won stuff in the past, who's a 4-time MVP, who is a Hall of Famer in the NFL, all those accolades. And maybe the Steelers are like, you know what? We can win this year with Aaron Rodgers. And I would absolutely eat crow. I'm not going to like apologize for what I said, but I would be like, man, you guys were right. He was a good quarterback. And I do reckon it was a great season. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. Either way you look at it, it's more entertaining to choose one side than the other. I'm not going to sit down the middle. I just didn't think it was a good idea. But here we go. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him. Yeah, 100%. He blames it. He got the Jets coach fired. Yeah, awesome, dude. Check out for In Hindsight. Nathan's getting back to it. Nate's back on the podcast. Yeah, the money's fine too. I'm not too worried about the money. Like I said, it's more of a personal thing. I just don't like him. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm just not a huge fan of his character. I don't think he overall. If you were to tell me if we were to go with Mason Rudolph, I think we just have just as good a chance with Rudolph to go to the playoffs than we do Rodgers, right? Maybe his expertise in terms of the Steelers, having that quarterback to be QB1 will bring that leadership, and maybe he can win that next playoff game. Maybe we need him to sort out the offense and move up the field and I don't know. Maybe we need a guy like that, like a Rodgers, when Big Ben won many games for us, and overall he's probably like the 16th, 17th best quarterback in the league right now for QB Rodgers. I was just pretty over the fucking waiting, man. The overall waiting was crazy. Holy dooly is right. I guess the alternatives, I would, to be very honest, good question. The alternatives I would just stick with Mason Rudolph to be QB1, but they were never going to do that because the way they gave him money, his money was a $2 million deal. Look, I'm just telling you personally, I'm not a fan of the bloke, but in reality, from a Steelers perspective, yeah, man, they were going to sign Mason Rudolph to be the backup, and Rudolph, and Rodgers was always going to be QB1. They could have brought in, I don't know what other free agents were, but the Steelers from their likings, right? Well, we've got a 41-year-old quarterback, veteran A-Rod Rodgers, who has a great relationship with Mike Tomlin. Bring him into the Steelers and try and get them to win a playoff game. I see it from their perspective. I just don't like the bloke. That's what I'm saying, and I'm more than right to do so. Yeah, A-Rod is a top 5, 15 quarterback, still has the arm, and that's probably why the Steelers brought him in. I'm not overly like I think he might struggle, and if he does, well then I'll be proven right, I guess, in that sense. But I'm not here to look to be proven who's right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I feel. Wes says, thank you, mate, for $4.99, which is going to my Dublin fund. By the way, I booked tickets yesterday. I dead set booked tickets to Dublin. So I'm flying over there for a month. I'm flying out September 24th. I booked tickets to Ireland yesterday. So this $4.99 is going towards my Dublin fund. I tell you what, I got them pretty cheap too. I got them for about $2,200 return. But I still have a lot of Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I still got a lot of money to save, and I will be doing a 24-hour live probably in August. I'd say August. Yeah, probably in August. I'll be doing 24-hour live to raise some coin for my trip. And you don't have to send the coin. You can if you like, but that money will be going towards me getting over to Dublin. So, and if you like me ranting about Aaron Rodgers, sweet. If you don't, you don't. But this is, like I said, it's all a bar setting. I have no ill feelings towards anyone, so don't get up in your knickers in a knot. It's all fine. Mark, I'm on your side 100%. The media was driving me crazy. I agree. However, I do like poke fun of you. That's fine. You're always number one podcast. Excellent. There you go. This morning I was saying that he's not going to sign with us. Mason is going to be the quarterback this year. Yeah, many fans were saying, let's just ride with Rudolph and see what happens. Because many Pittsburgh Steelers fans reading the news every day was getting sick of the actual just waiting. The waiting game was driving people insane. It was driving me insane, 100%. Yeah, I'm all keen for that. G'day, Rennie. What's going on? How can we see Aaron Rodgers their own? He beat us in exactly right. I didn't like him in that game either. That's a good point. I like building the draft that started. Yeah, I like building for the draft too. It's really it's a 1 year thing. It's a 2025. It's not gonna make me not watch the Steelers, but definitely gonna be some entertaining stuff. Ooh, dooey. Yep, 100%. Have to separate personality versus skill set. Aaron Rodgers can still play at a higher level. Aaron Rodgers is top 15. Mason is great. We can win you 2 or 3 games, and we'll see. Look, I'm happy to do so. It will pan out. This is a fucking live reaction. But like I said, if I would have turned around and be like, oh my goodness, we signed Aaron Rodgers, I can't wait. Just not my personality. Let's go. All right, anyone else in the chat? I don't know how he does that. The Pittsburgh Steelers kind of treat him. It's funny the way they never give him a shot to be number one. And I know that he didn't play too well with the Titans, but they signed him for a deal. They know that he wasn't turning up, but he must have known that Rodgers was signing because he got QB2 money, right? These snoresberries taste like snoresberries. Yeah. So you know what? We're gonna call it very soon because I got to get eat some breakfast. I haven't had any breakfast yet. Early, but yeah, I don't know. We've got fucking Aaron Rodgers 40. G'day. Oh my god, the Drunk Turkey Show. What's going on, man? I had Nate in the building too. I hope so. Look, who would have thought a few years ago that we'd have Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback? He went from the Packers to the Jets, and now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. And what number is he going to wear? Is he going to wear number 8? Like, I don't even know. Is that Corliss Waite's number? Corliss Waitman. So, I'll come round to it. Give me time, but yeah, that's Corliss Waitman's number. He's going to wear number 8. They're going to trade. They probably trade Waitman or something like that. He's going to wear number 8. He won't wear 7. He won't wear 12. He's going to wear number 8. So you're going to see Aaron Rodgers wearing a number 8 jersey. It's cold, man. I'm freezing. I am freezing. Absolutely freezing. I need to have breakfast. I got to go probably in like 5 minutes to drive to work and then go buy a bacon egg roll. But look, just to summarize and finalize, I'm not over it. I think the decision is the wrong decision. I think I'm being very critical. It may not sound like something you want to hear, but this is the first time in a long time I've disagreed with the Steelers bringing in quarterback Aaron Rodgers. However, I understand from a organizational standpoint, you go out and get your quarterback or the best quarterback on the market that's available. But whereas no other team wanted him, and he lined up with the Steelers because he has a connection with Mike Tomlin. So I'll come around. Just give me time. Because, yeah, Mike Tomlin said, no, Adam Schefter said this. Steelers never wavered their belief in Aaron Rodgers eventually would sign with the Steelers. Head coach Mike Tomlin loomed large in this whole situation. Tomlin was a drawing card for Rodgers, was happy to work with Rodgers' timeline. Here's a major reason why Rodgers will be a Steeler. Now, this could be the absolute GOAT move to go and sign this guy and win a Super Bowl in 2025. That'd be nuts. That'd be insane if this pans out. Or this could be a really bad move for Mike Tomlin as well, where it might set him back. But either way you look at it, we can't change it. I can't change it. This guy, I find it funny with this photo, right? This photo here looks looks so old being 45 or 42 years of age. Then the cartoon version looks about 35. Looks like a bit like, the cartoon version is 35. So, and other news too, before I go, Gabe Davis, he's apparently not signing. Gabe Davis left the building without a contract, but the big news is Aaron Rodgers is signing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right. Let's get out of here. Same guy. The exact same guy. All right. Thank you, Steeler Nation. I appreciate every single one of you coming into the chat. Thank you, everyone, for the donos too. From David, Joey, and Steelers Out West. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about now. Holy shit, we have a lot to talk about. Oh, man. Oh, we have a lot. We have a lot going on. But either way you see it, we've got to support our team. I always will support our team. I always support our coach, our organization. I'll just need about probably 3 months to get around it. To I don't know. Just don't like the bloke. I'll need a few months, maybe a few weeks, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 months to get around it and see what happens. 100%. Yeah, I'm going to work soon. So that's the breaking news, and everyone's going to talk about it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are signing Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal. In 2025, he's going to be your quarterback for this season and this season only. And he probably retires next year. This is his last season as an NFL quarterback in the NFL, and he's our quarterback for the Steelers. And he's going to verse the Jets. He's going to verse the Vikings. He's going to verse the Packers. He's going to verse Seahawks when he had rivalry with them. He's going to verse the Browns as well. But we all knew it was coming. We definitely knew it was coming. Darwin's says, now watch 2 trades next week, receiver 1 and tight end number 1. All right, that's it. I'll see you later. I'll go to work. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your night, and we'll probably talk about Aaron Rodgers tomorrow. Holy dilly. This guy is our quarterback of 2025. All right, Steel Nation. I will see you guys next time. Where is it? See ya.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Rod. See you later.
Got the light. Left the light on. See you later. Bye.